Some players are remembered for their goals. A few are remembered for something harder to name. A look on their face when the whole world is watching and they don't look worried at all. Tonight, I want to tell you about a boy who grew up with almost nothing, who never seemed to feel the pressure everyone else felt, and who turned a hard childhood into the quietest kind of confidence you've ever seen. This is the story of Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal Nasraoui Abana was born in July 2007, just outside Barcelona. His father had moved from Morocco. His mother had come from Equatorial Guinea. Like a lot of immigrant families building a life from scratch, money didn't stretch far, and some months the rent was a genuine problem. During one of those hard stretches, two men stepped in and helped the family get through it, quietly, without making a thing of it. Their names were Lamine and Yamal. So when it came time to name the new baby, Lamine's father didn't reach for a footballer's name or a celebrity's name. He gave his son the names of two ordinary men who had shown his family kindness when it counted. Long before anyone chanted that name in a stadium, it already meant something.
When Lamine was 3, his parents separated. He split his time between two homes, but it was his father's neighborhood, a rough, tightly packed part of Mataro called Rocafonda, that shaped him most. It wasn't glamorous. Families there came from Morocco, Senegal, Ecuador, all over. Everyone scraping by together. Lamine played on concrete against boys years older and much bigger than him. They shoved him. He fell. He got back up, laughing. That's the thing about growing up on those streets. You don't get to be fragile. You either learn to brush yourself off fast, or you stop playing altogether. Lamine never stopped playing.
In late 2007, a young Lionel Messi, barely 20 himself, was introduced to a newborn baby in a quiet room at Camp Nou. He held him awkwardly, like someone who'd never held a baby before. Someone snapped a photo. That baby was Lamine. His father kept that photograph hidden for 16 years. He didn't want journalists using it to load impossible expectations onto his son before he'd even learned to walk. He wanted him to just be Lamine. It wasn't until 2024, once his son was already a star in his own right, that he finally shared it publicly. At 7, Lamine went to trial at La Masia, Barcelona's legendary academy, and forgot his boots at home. A coach dug up an old spare pair, way too big for his feet. He didn't complain. He just walked out and played. Within minutes, the coaches stopped taking notes. They just watched. One of them later said the kid did things nobody had taught him, like it was instinct or something he'd absorbed on the street. Whatever it was, he clearly had it. Fast forward to April 2023. Camp Nou. A match already won, and a slight, small 15-year-old waiting by the touchline to be brought on. Most of the crowd had no idea who he was. He became the youngest player to wear the Barcelona shirt in over a century. He didn't look nervous. He looked around once, jogged into position, and got on with it, like it was just another patch of concrete back home. His coach later said he'd told the kid to go out and take risks, and he did, without a flicker of hesitation. That's the part that kept surprising everyone, not the talent alone, but the total absence of fear. Barcelona without Messi was a club in mourning. Every promising kid who came through the academy got hit with the same question: "Are you the next Messi?" Lamine got asked too. He always answered the same way. He wasn't trying to be anyone else. He just wanted to play. And in a strange way, that answer was more valuable than any comparison. Barcelona hadn't found a replacement. They'd found something new, a kid who simply refused to be afraid of the shirt.
By the summer of 2024, still only 16, Lamine was starting for Spain at the European Championship against grown men in must-win knockout games. In the semifinal against France, Spain went down early. Then the ball found Lamine on the right, 2 defenders closing in. No hesitation. He cut inside onto his left foot and curled a shot into the far corner. The keeper couldn't reach it. 16 years old, the youngest goal scorer in European Championship history, breaking a record that had stood since 1958. Spain won and reached the final.
4 days after that goal, Lamine turned 17. The next day, Spain won the final against England, and Lamine, still just 17, was named Young Player of the Tournament. But the moment people remember isn't the trophy lift. In the middle of the celebration, he raised his hands and formed a number with his fingers. 304. The final digits of the postcode of Rocafonda, the neighborhood that raised him. He'd just become champion of Europe, and the first thing he did with that spotlight was point back to the streets, where nobody was watching at all. Here's what stays with me about this story. Lamine wasn't fearless because he was tougher than everyone else. He was fearless because he grew up with so little that every chance felt like a gift, not a test. When you've got nothing to lose, you stop protecting yourself. You just play. Maybe you've got your own version of that stadium, some big moment that feels too heavy to walk into. But the size of that stadium is really just the size of your own fear of it. Carry your own Rocafonda with you. The place, the people, the lessons that made you who you are. And nothing in front of you will ever feel too big again. Thanks for spending this time with the story. If one moment stuck with you, the photo, the borrowed boots, the 304, tell me in the comments. I read them all. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more football stories, match analysis, and World Cup history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.